Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the All Sports Podcast. My name is Lachlan Turner, one of your co-hosts.
Oh, I'm Liam McDonald, another host.
And my name is Sumit Kadav, your third co-host. Now, don't forget to like and subscribe to our socials. On Instagram, it's alls_podcast 2021. And on Facebook, it is Alls Sports Podcast.
Right. Now, I reckon the first thing we should talk about is, let's just say the cricket. Now, not the men's, but the Women's World Cup that is, going to be played next week, or it begins next week. I just want to hear what your thoughts are. Who do you think's going to win? Do you reckon Australia have a good chance of winning the World Cup? I would like to think so, with the players that they have.
Australia, daylight second.
Daylight second. Who will they lose? Who do you reckon?
They're going to beat.
They play England first up. They should beat them. They're
going to be England or India, I reckon.
I'm not.
You know what? My top three were pretty much the same: Australia, England, and India. They've got all three of them have got strong chances to win this.
I pick Australia because, you look at
biased.
No.
Yeah, I know they're the best. We don't need.
They got the three best.
Talk about bias, Liam.
Elise Perry. Enough said.
Elise Perry, Elisa Healy, Meg Lanning as well, and then you look at the bowlers as well. Darcy Brown's an absolute. She's a superstar in the making. Annabelle Sutherland, she bowled so well in the Ashes, and Talia McGrath. So it's, when you've got that much depth, when you've got the depth that Australia have, it is very handy. Mind you, if Taylor Blumnick was fit and, didn't injure it, I think her foot again, the same foot that she had the year prior to, in which she missed the Australia-India series. Maybe, Darcy Brown might miss. Like that's how competitive it is to get into this Australian team. Now, obviously, it is played in New Zealand, for those who don't know. So, for those who want to watch it, obviously, I would assume it'll be on KO. I know the Australian matches will be on KO. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it starts on a Saturday or it's sometime next week. And I'm just saying that I'm looking forward to watching what is hopefully going to be a very good, entertaining World Cup. And it's an ODI World Cup, not the T20 World Cup. And,
so it's one that you think will count?
Yeah, I don't look. Well, you're not wrong. I don't necessarily count the T20 World Cups because, I've always said, I've just regarded T20 as just a bit of backyard bash, with the exception of, you don't have Tippity. So that's just my opinion. But, hopefully Australia can win that. Yes, I just think that, it'll be an entertaining World Cup. Be sure to watch a lot of the Women's World Cup because,
But the Aussies are going to win, so almost no point watching because they're another result.
I don't know about that, but I wouldn't go into the already strong conclusion. It's all right being, really, really confident, but being confident like that, I don't think that's acceptable. You've got to be better than that.
Australia are going to win.
Yeah, I think Australia are going to win, but the way you said it,
the other countries might as well not even show up. That's how.
Oh, okay. Now, see, look, that's not fair.
Mate.
That's not fair.
I'll tell you what. I will play back this recording. I will play back this recording if any other country other than Australia wins that World Cup. I will play you back.
I have nothing to hide.
This recording.
All right. Okay. Now, I know you guys are probably not going to want to talk about this.
Now,
okay. You go. No, you
let
go.
Sumit take over the agenda.
Yeah. No. What do you?
I'd also like to congratulate Australia on winning the 5-match T20 series against Sri Lanka.
Never in doubt.
4-1. Never in doubt, yeah. But, that last game was exciting. If only Sri Lanka had done that in their third game or second game.
Or the first,
would
or
have
the
made this.
second.
Or the first. Would have been more exciting. The series would have been. But, it is what
Aaron
it is.
Finch should not be in. On form, he's like not. He shouldn't even be in the 15.
But he's the captain, so he's in.
You can.
True.
Yeah, but you can drop the captain like that. You're making a statement. You pick players based on form, not because if they're
the captain.
I don't care if the bloke. If you're not performing, you should not be in the team. That's it. You can't convince me otherwise. If you have had a string of bad performances, why should you still be in the side? You're pretty much playing a player down.
I know. So you would know about that, wouldn't you? Being a passenger.
About what? Bad.
Passenger.
Sorry?
Did you seriously just call me a passenger? Now, come on, mate.
I didn't call you a passenger.
Who did you call a passenger then? Would you?
I don't know, Lachie. Process of deduction. If I'm not calling you a passenger.
Wait, why Suet? Can you explain why Suet is a passenger then? Come on.
Can we skip this?
No. I'm eager to hear this. Can you please tell me why Suet is a passenger?
Oh, no, trust me, Suet's not a passenger. I was just having a laugh.
No, you weren't. Tell everybody what you mean. I have a feeling you were referring about me. I'm not going to lie. I thought you were talking about me, but I'm glad I'm not getting roasted at the moment. So.
I'm just going to say I have more wickets in less games.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay. Yep. No. So it's what we discussed.
I have quadrupled the chances in 2 more games.
And who's converted?
Quadruple the chances.
Who's converted?
Mate.
Who's converted?
Our captain says, excuse my language, shit gets wickets.
Exactly.
Shit, aka being what you bowl. Good stuff, aka being what I bowl, gets chances.
And that's why
chances which should have been taken.
That's why Liam has been demoted to D grade.
D grade, you mean? I'm staying in B grade.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why Liam is getting demoted to D grade. That's what I said.
You said B grade though, Lachie.
Oh, yeah, you did say B grade.
I said D.
Just because he scores for some Premier Cricket teams means he just looks down upon us.
Oh, come off it. Get your hands off your cock. Seriously.
They're up here, mate. They're up here.
Yeah,
okay,
mate.
good on you. Now, the tour of Pakistan, that's the other thing.
I'm excited for that.
Why is Nick Madison being considered? Like, he has performed in Shield cricket.
Absolutely, I
98.4. If he's come to Victoria,
he should be given a chance. The Australian selector screwed him over there. That's a bad choice.
He should at least be in the squad over Marcus Harris. Marcus Harris was lucky. He can't play spin. You're going over to Pakistan. You've got to be somewhat decent against spin. He'll get bowled out for darts.
Lachie, let me tell you why Marcus Harris is in the squad. First, in the last Test match that he played, I think he scored 179 or something, 79 runs. And then in the Sheffield Shield, he scored a 50 and an 80.
But
yeah, that's pretty much sealed the deal.
Madison scored more runs than him.
I know. But the selectors are.
I just don't know. Look, honestly, I think this tour could go either way. I really do.
Because could go though. What's the squad announced though?
Well, obviously, I'm pretty sure Marcus Harris is in. Obviously you got your Cummins, you got your Smith, who probably is getting close to, I'm not going to say getting dropped, but he hasn't played well since the 19 Ashes series. Let's have
a look at this now. The Australian Test squad, right? Pat Cummins, captain. Yep, I'm with that. Ashton Agar, Scott Boland, Alex Carey, Cameron Green, Marcus Harris. Boo. You didn't hear me say that. Josh Hazelwood, Travis Head, Josh Inglis, Usman Khawaja, Marnus Labuschagne, Nathan Lyon, Mitch Marsh, Michael Nessa, Steve Smith, vice captain. And Mitch Stark, Mitch Swepson, and David Warner.
Yeah, look, to be fair, you can't change a squad that's won. just recently won an Ashes series.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
it's very hard to, yeah.
It's hard to change, but you've also got to play in the conditions. I mean, who are your best players of spin? I mean, that's probably the other thing that Australia do. Their best, the best players of spin. Obviously, and obviously Harris isn't one of them. I just mentioned that. Don't know what,
but it's good to see Australia with a couple more spin options as well. You got Ashton Agar and Swepson as well. Yeah, it's good. It's good to see that. Rather than just simply relying on Nathan Lyon.
That's the other thing.
Like
they need to have at least. They need Labuschagne to bowl more than what he has done in previously.
And Smith, Barnes and Smith.
And Smith, well, no, you're not wrong. I agree. Smith probably does need to bowl more.
Considering he first got into the team as a spinner.
And started batting at number 8. So, look, and as I said, this series, I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know when does it start again? It starts in the next week or so, doesn't it?
Yeah, it should be starting sometime next week. March 4 to 8, first test.
Okay. Oh, so that's like next Thursday?
Friday?
Or Friday. Thursday,
yeah.
Friday, whatever. But yeah. I mean, look, I won't say that I won't, because I don't think it'll be going overnight. So I probably won't be up all night watching it, because
Australia have it in the bag.
Probably will be. Actually, it won't be going overnight. I think it'll start around 5-6 hours. Maybe at 3 o'clock. Yeah.
In the afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Again, I don't know the time difference, so that's. Well, I mean, look, I might, watch. I'll watch a lot of it, but or a bit of it, but obviously I won't be glued like, oh yes, this is happening. I won't scream and carry on like I usually do when I'm watching sport. But
yeah, right, mate. Yeah, right.
Look, I like saving at the moment. I want to conserve my energy for the football season, because I'm going to lose my voice round 5. I'm just calling it right now.
That's going to be when you're swearing at the coaching staff because Essendon suck again.
Yep. Again, yes, not wrong.
Or still,
look,
I want to look at it.
I mean, I'd probably say still, because there's something I want to say something about what I saw. And I know it was only a practice match, but I want to mention.
Well, we're not up to footy yet.
We're not up to footy. Yep. So what's the tour Pakistan? So they play. Is it 3 tests? 3 ODIs.
Yeah, they play 3 tests.
3 ODIs.
3 ODIs. So there's 3 tests. There's 3 ODIs and only 1 T20.
Good. The less T20, the better, because it's
less chances for Pakistan to win a game.
Jeez. Okay. Well, I mean, why you say that? World Cup. So I don't know why you.
Yeah, well, Pakistan, if they're going to win a game, it'll be in the ODI in the 2020s.
But I mean,
here's the thing, though. You don't know what the Pakistan pitches are going to be like. I reckon they're going to play some good reverse swing.
Could be quoting Liam, dust bowls.
Well, actually, historically, Pakistan pitches have been absolutely terrible for spinners in 4th innings.
I've heard, yeah.
No dust bowls?
No, they might be dusty, but I don't think they'll be spin friendly.
Spin friendly dusty.
Well, at least they weren't last time international cricket was played there.
Well, to sum it up, they won't end a test match in 2.5 days.
You did not just go there. That is, I mean, I don't know why you're wanting to talk.
Look, I'm not saying it's bad, but
haven't you guys?
I'd prefer if it didn't do that.
I know where you're going with this. Haven't you guys match fixed as well with your pitches? I don't want to hear shit. So don't even.
What did he say?
Okay, look, maybe we should just not
stop accusing countries of match fixing. Yeah, that sounds like.
Yeah.
Lachie.
I don't know why you're saying accusing.
Lachie.
I don't know why you're saying accusing. It's probably.
I can bring something up too.
To be fair, though, every country has fucking either ball tampered or match fixed. So let's all just stop talking shit.
I was talking about the pitch, but okay.
Oh, okay.
Stop drawing conclusions, Lachie.
Well, okay. Well, look, I'm just saying, look, honestly, probably I overstepped what I had to do. And it probably didn't hold me in good stead.
You're not a very good diplomat.
Look, I don't care. Now the other thing. Now I don't care what you guys say. This has to be this has to be a discussion. Well, this has to be something we have to talk about because
Keep going, Lachie. You can soldier through.
Yeah, I know. I looked at the message that someone sent through the thing, and I disagree.
The world does not need to know that, but okay, carry on.
Now we do need to talk about this and the stuff that's happening over in Russia and Ukraine, and how it impacts sports. I screenshotted this, right? There are
what's the stuff that's happening? There's like the Champions League final in soccer.
Hey, yeah, teams have wanted to boycott it.
Mm.
But two of Formula One's big name drivers have made a stand after Russia launched the invasion.
Verstappen and Vettel. Is it Verstappen and Vettel?
Yeah.
They say they don't want to race in
Yep.
And also, oh, actually, I'm stealing it from you. I'll let you do it.
And I was going to say, I'm pretty sure one of Manchester United sponsors is Russian. They've been told to withdraw that, and it's now been banned from the UK. So not only is it Manchester United, I think it's Manchester United. Don't quote me on that, but it's one of the Manchester teams. They've lost a big sponsor. Now, this is going to impact Russian sport.
And also, the Haas F1 team, one of their major sponsors is Uralkali Energy, which is owned by a Russian billionaire. They've taken that sponsorship off their car for the second day of practice that happened today. And they've also taken off their Russian flag style livery. So they're literally driving just a white car.
Oh, well, I mean, but this is going to impact Russian sport. So
even more than being unable to compete as Russia because they're banned from international competition because of their doping.
That as well. But I
don't think Russia will be too much concerned by that, but.
Well, yeah, I don't think Putin would be saying, oh, yes, damn it, we are not going to be able to have people playing sport in other countries. I don't think that's the least of his worries. But when it comes to the money side of it, it probably does affect them in that kind of way. So, but I just think, all these sports players, especially, the Ukrainians, there was one of the Ukrainian, what was it, the soccer players who, I don't know what team he plays for, but he had something on his
There's a Ukrainian that plays for Man City.
And I think there was in an Italy side, I'm pretty sure as well, but they had something written on their shirt. So, look, and obviously what's going the things that are going on over there is not good. But
just have to say that our thoughts and prayers go out to all the people in Ukraine.
You stole my life, you son of a bitch. But I agree with you, and that's exactly right.
Not just say that in the middle of the thoughts and prayers bit.
I was literally about to say that, and you fucking said it. You are you know what? But look, it's good that one of us.
Idiot, Lachie.
What do you mean?
You muppet.
Muppet. Now, come on. I'm much more than a muppet. All right. I'm the brain.
Yeah, a muppet implies you have a hand up.
I mean, true, you're a clown, so you know.
Hang on, I'm the brains of this whole fucking thing. I'm the one who has to come up with the shit to talk about. To be fair, and I remember to post on my days.
Oh God, he has not just aired our dirty laundry to the world.
Huh?
Okay. Like, I'm sorry, me and Liam have a life to attend to.
No, I'm just lazy.
It takes 5 to 10 minutes to do it. I mean, look, for me, it probably takes me about half an hour to actually look through a photo and actually write up the stuff on my phone, but that's besides the point. It's not 5 to 10. Anyway, we shouldn't be having this talk on record, so we'll get off this talk. You guys are probably going to roast me after recording, so I'm ready for the beating that I'm going to cop.
Oh, I'm going to give it to you in the middle of this recording.
Nah, we wouldn't do that.
I think I think you're talking out of your asshole now. But
I'm going to have to slap an
your draw would know a lot about that, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So it's whatever plays out in this war is,
Lachie, your draw would know a lot about that, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So it'd be a bit awkward.
Can we please stop talking about
Yes, stop. No
No,
more.
not that. The other thing.
Oh, yes. Okay. I misinterpreted what you were going to say. Now, okay. Now I know it was just a brief talk of what we just spoke about with some of the people withdrawing from the Russian Grand Prix and whatnot, but
Wow, you know what would be absolutely crass right now? Is if we
What?
went straight into Lachie's useless stat. That was
So introducing. Yep.
oh, geez, all right.
no,
all right.
no, we're not doing that because it's poor taste.
Mm.
Oh,
And after talking about such a sad subject, it's
Now,
time.
now,
It's
see,
time. It's
Loggy,
time. That's terrible.
the fact that you thought we were actually going to do that.
no, you know me. I'm. You know me. I'm confused. That's what.
Got him.
Anyway,
We got him.
Anyway, shut up.
Do you actually want to do it? Do we actually want to do it right now? I really don't care.
No, not yet. Actually, why am I saying not yet? You guys actually know
Summit.
because it's my segment. So,
Sumit, do you want to introduce it?
no, we're not. We are not introducing it yet.
Fine, sorry. Sail down, Sumit.
Yeah, shut up. Now,
And now it's time.
wait a minute. Right, so the AFL practice matches have begun, right? Now,
Up the Lions.
now look.
But
hang
also
on.
don't read
I
the
was-
preseason because preseason doesn't mean anything.
Hang on, I've got a completely different view on that. You want to. Here's the thing. Football isn't. I mean, maybe years ago it was, but not
It's
now.
a marathon,
Football-
not a sprint.
No, it is a contact sport. Yes or no?
No,
Yeah.
non-contact.
Well, it is a. Well, I mean, yeah, you could probably say that it is a non-contact sport now because anytime you touch somebody or tackle someone, it's a free kick to the bloke with the ball. So I mean, you don't win, but it's a contact sport. You'd want to feel like you'd want to feel like the contest, if that makes sense. No matter what type of game, whether that's preseason, obviously round one matters, but
Were they
preseason-
playing non-contact?
No, they were playing contact, but
No,
like.
never mind then.
But the thing I'm getting at, you want to not necessarily show off what you've been doing throughout the summer, but work through some, see if some of the things, experiment with some things, experiment with players up forward. I know the Bombers did that with Francis. And I know the Bombers, I don't know why, but they've tried it with James Stewart down back. I think that's been an utter failure. And I'll tell you why soon. And a few other things, but I saw some things in the Bombers Bulldogs game which I saw that I didn't like. I genuinely did not like. The first thing is now it was 4 quarters of 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Guess how many total clearances we had?
3.
In the entire game? No, that would be pretty bad.
Was I low? Too low?
12.
Higher.
Oh,
18.
18.
20 total clearances.
In
Now,
what? An hour? 2 hours.
clearance. Yeah, 2 hours of footy. 20 total clearances. Now, you're telling me that you're talking about wanting to have midfield depth and having all this great depth, and you in a pre. I don't care if it's.
Well, how many stoppages? Hold on, how many stoppages were there?
There was quite a. There was a few stoppages. That's including centre bounces and
Wait,
stoppages.
how many clearances did the doggies? It was the doggies.
I don't know. I only screenshotted the Essendon stats, but from watching it, I know the Dogs had more than 20 clearances. Because one for a start, as I said, a team that keeps talking about having midfield depth and midfield depth to have 20 total fucking clearances in a game. I don't care if it's preseason or not. That is pathetic. Fucking pathetic. Merritt, supposed to be our best midfielder, had none. No clearances. Actually, no, we had 1 clearance. 1 clearance. Now, Parrish, he had the most with 5. So I'll cut him some slack now. And the other thing is, I just saw some of the same shit. The defenders, right? They were caught too far up. And on the turnover, the midfielders weren't chasing. And they got caught on the turnover. What experimenting being lazy? The midfielders being lazy. That's been the issue for that team for a while as well. And nothing. I didn't see. I didn't see what. Yes, look, I know behind the ball, as the commentators were saying, they were setting up well behind the ball and defend. In their defense, Jake Kelly had a pretty good game, but one defender who I thought had an absolute shocking game was James Stewart. He was manned up on Norton, and Norton, look, he just tore Stewart a new arsehole. He
does that to a lot of players.
Yeah, but he took 8 marks on a bloke who, look, and I don't mean to give my grandma any shit, but my grandma moves quicker than Stewart. That's not good. He gives up about 5 to 10 meters. He can't stay with anybody on the lead. And as I said, I went to a game, and I know it was only one game, but that one game convinced me that this guy is not in the best 22. He was, and it was the Geelong Essendon game, and where he got mauled by Jeremy Cameron before Cameron did his hamstring. If Cameron didn't do his hamstring, he would have kicked 8. He was giving Cameron that much space.
I'm looking forward to how many goals Danaher is going to kick when we go to the Brisbane Essendon game then.
Look, I'm actually looking forward to that too. I haven't seen him play live. As you know, I do. He was my favourite player at Essendon. He still is one of my favourite players. And there was something that he did which had apparently upset a few AFL clubs. And then the other thing now, Merritt, again, supposedly one of our best.
Isn't he like your vice captain?
Oh, he shouldn't be, because he's got. I don't know if he has a heart, if that makes sense. I watched him. Literally, he had about 5 to 10 seconds of time, which in football, that's a long time. What does he do? He pinpoints a Bulldogs player straight on the chest.
Hey, he was able to hit a target.
To the wrong fucking team.
It's a work in progress.
Work in progress. The bloke's 27.
So he's entering his prime.
But what prime? He's got. This is what I mean, right? Yeah, and just explain this to me. Why is it that a bloke who had just started playing midfield full time in Darcy Parish, he was getting tagged more than what Merritt was in the second half of the year? What the hell does that tell you when Merritt had been pretty much a full-time midfielder by his second season back in 2015? What the hell what does that say? That teams don't respect him. They want him to get 40 possessions because he does nothing with the ball. It's just like Cripps and Mitchell, and to a certain extent, Lachie Neal. Teams want them to get the ball because they don't have the impact with the ball. It's about what you do. It's the quality of your possessions, not the quantity. That's what people were saying, that Treloar was the Bulldogs' best player in the grand final last year. Incorrect. Bontempelli was. He had the most impact. And to show you, right, now I know the Bombers ended up winning the practice game, yeah, but the Bulldogs ended up resting 2 of their best players in Bontempelli and Daniel.
The problem with like quantity over quality, right, or quality over quantity, is that a lot of people don't watch games. They just look at the numbers.
And that's the issue. You've got to watch what you do. So, for example, if somebody had 30 possessions and you looked at it in the paper and you go, yeah, that's all right, best on, blah, 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 your team won by, say, 30 points, best on, blah, blah. But if you watch the game, and in that same game, the blokes had 30 touches, he turned the ball over, say, 10 times, went at 50%, that's a shit game. Because he missed targets and he missed targets. I mean, if you're not going to, compared to a bloke, right, who have 25 disposals, go at, say, 70% by foot, that's a much better game than somebody who has 30 touches and 10 turnovers. Am I wrong there or not?
Well,
and the bloke, right, has the bloke with the least, the less touches, had more scoring involvements than the bloke with 30 touches. That's the other thing. It's not good. And and which is why, I have a go at guys like Cripps, Neil, or not so much Neil, but Cripps, Mitchell, because they just break up the possessions, but they don't have any penetration is not the right word, but they don't have, there's no meter. It's like Cripps in the year that he won the Brownlow, right? Not won the Brownlow, where he came second. He averaged 30 possessions, but his average meters game per game was 250. Now, I don't know what the math is doing that, but wouldn't that be like something like 5 meters per possession? That's a load of shit. And I just don't agree with that. But the other thing is everybody wanting to praise this bloody Ben Hobbs. Well, I didn't see anything that made me want to think, he's going to change the way the midfield's going to go. He only had 6 possessions in the last quarter. I know he only came on the last quarter, but he only had 6 touches.
So he got 6 touches in a quarter.
Yeah, Tex Wanganeen showed more than what Hobbs did. Josh Rachel showed more than what he did.
Ben Hobbs will save Essendon, mark my word.
No, he won't.
I'm as confident in Ben Hobbs having impacted Essendon as I am in the Aussie women winning the World Cup.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Ben Hobbs isn't even in the best fucking 30. If they want to talk him up as being Travis Boak, fucking play him. You got to play the buck. If he's that fucking good and you reject pretty much 2 first-round picks by Richmond just so you can get the next Travis Boak, you better make sure that he plays round 1, wins the Rising Star, and at least wins like 3 best and fairest in his career. Otherwise, it would be deemed as a failed pick.
Darcy Wilmot's more likely to win Rising Star, though. Just saying.
I have my money on either Horn Francis or Gakos.
Well, no point putting money on Darcy. He's still injured.
Who?
Darcy.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because he had to go with surgery. But I want to talk about, Tex Wanganeen. I love hearing the names Hurd and Wanganeen in the same side. Hurd, as we know, bomber champion, easily top 3 player in Essendon's history. And he's got a young... Oh, yeah, could say the same thing about Voss. He was an ordinary coach. That's probably why Port Adelaide just can't get past that, because Voss is so soft. But the thing is, and then Gavin Wanganeen, his son kicked 2 goals quarter, and he showed signs of what his father did. Now, if both these guys are half as good as their fathers were,
Essendon will still shit.
We'll have 2 players to finally carry the team. They will have 2 players to carry the team, I should say. Not we, they.
Yeah,
but
biased man.
But I will say, I'll actually have players to be excited about, other than, the recent draft. The other bloke that really did impress me, though, in the practice game was Archie Perkins. He played a really good game. He actually went into some centre bounces, which I was pretty excited about, because, as I've said for so long, the lack of size is going to hurt that team. They can't rely on Jake Stringer all the time. Maybe in centre clearances, yes, but and look, Jake Stringer arguably played the best season of his career. If we're looking at it numbers-wise, he did. Perkins, to me, they need him to play more inside, because, this is a big call, but I think he's got Christian Petrarca-like X factor about him. I think he's, they're like.
Let's hope he doesn't go down the path of doing his knee like twice.
He won't. I don't give bad luck to players like that. I really don't.
No, but okay, yeah, I know. Okay, so maybe it's a bit wrong to say that to get to Christian Petrarca levels, you need to do your knee twice. But...
Well, no. Well, he didn't do his knee twice, but
I thought he only do it once. I thought he did it twice.
No, he has. I don't think he's done. He may have done his knee in his first year, but that was.
He did do his knee at least once.
Yeah, it would have been his first year, and then he came back, and then he debuted in 2016. Yeah, 2016. But he was one player that I really liked. Look, he had 19 touches, kicked a couple of goals. So he, I feel like if the Bombers are any chance of actually doing anything, they need to fix up their, first of all, being first of the ball, because they were second to the ball in a lot of the stoppages, which was the big issue last year. And the reason why they can't beat the good teams. But the other thing is they need to work on getting the hard ball, the contested pill. It's okay getting the uncontested pill. They're very good at doing that, but it's the hard shit that counts, not the
Yeah,
soft.
but as soon as they get the contested ball and they handball out to your teammate, you're going to start slamming whoever the guy that's getting the ball in as having no impact with his disposal because it's not going very far.
That's not necessarily the case. I mean, then how did Ollie Wines win the Brownlow? Because that's pretty much what he was doing. He was getting the hard ball and giving it out to other players, but he was having impact with the ball when he had it. Same with Petrarca. So, and you could probably say Fife as well, back when he won his Brownlows.
Back when his shoulders stayed in the socket.
Back when Fremantle didn't. Actually, you could probably say they did rely on him, but back when his shoulders were still in his socket and he didn't have to have shoulder reconstructions pretty much
Every 2 months.
every 2 months. Let's hope that's kind of helped his kicking, because we all know his goal kicking last year was a bit ordinary. Like
How are you going to improve kicking the ball if you can't hold the ball?
That's it. You know what?
You're going to get someone else to drop the ball for you.
I wouldn't want somebody like Hipwood or Danaher holding the ball. To be fair, because they are as much as I love Danaher,
leave their ball drops alone.
They are two of the most inaccurate forwards in the competition by far. So, I reckon, I think you know where I'm going to go with this. I reckon it's time.
Sumit.
Come on. Wait, why is Sumit doing the intro? Why not you? You're better at it.
Well, I want Sumit to do it.
I mean, he sucks at doing it. No,
I have a chance, you asshole.
I did it once and I buffed it.
Yeah, that's why I'd rather Liam do it.
That's all right.
It's time for redemption.
Yeah, okay, I'm recording you right now. You better have redemption for yourself. Come on.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think you know what time it is. Time for LT's useless stat.
Right. I like it. Thank you. Now, this isn't necessarily it is a stat, but it's got a bit of backstory to it. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, God, yeah, what Liam just did, oh, God. But yesterday, Essendon inducted 4 people into their legend status in the Hall of Fame. Gavin Wanganeen, Dustin Fletcher, Dr. Bruce Reid, and Neil Danaher. Now, the bloke that I don't necessarily want to talk about is Neil Danaher. Well, the Danahers. So, and this is probably a bit of, what I'm about to say now is a bit biased, but the Bombers made a trade, right, to get Terry Danaher, and the Danaher parents were like, well, if you take Terry, you've got to take Neil. So they did that, and they traded away Neville Fields. Now, you could pretty much say the value with what Essendon got out of that, one of the greatest trades in the game's history. Terry Danaher
that is a bold claim.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no, I can't really think of a lot of good trades in AFL history.
The other one that I can think of is, the Matthew Lloyd and Scott Lucas, when Fremantle gave up 4 players, and Essendon got picked. They were able to get Lloyd and Scott Lucas. And out of all the players that Fremantle picked, only one guy played 100 games. But anyway, that's not my stat for this week. I'll have to do that when all you guys forget about that, which will probably be next week. So, Neil Danaher, there was something about him that, for a start, Kevin said he liked about him, and I'll tell you why. Now, he had the poise that, as I said, Kevin Sheedy that they like. He was very composed. He was mature as a young player. Terry Danaher, he was the start. He played, a handful of games to, South Melbourne or Sydney, but South Melbourne back then. And
back when they were good.
No, they weren't back then. They weren't good back then.
They weren't the Sydney team, so they were better.
But here's the thing. Now, Neil Danaher made a name for himself when, in a game against Carlton in 1981. It was like round 20. The Bombers were 26, about roughly 4 goals down, let's just say. 4 goals down with 4 minutes left. You think game over, right? Well, I mean, there's a reason why Essendon are known as the comeback kings. Let's just be honest.
Because whenever they have a Danaher, they're suddenly good at winning games from behind.
Well, no, that's not the case. Well, I didn't have a Danaher when they came back from 69 points down to beat North.
Okay, fine. Sorry. Get back to your thing.
And, yep. You better let me. And
oh, you know what? I think I might interrupt you now.
No. Neil Danaher willed Essendon to victory. He kicked the winning goal. But the thing about, and now this is the other thing, there was a rule back then where you got pinged for time wasting. If you were wasting time, the umpire would pin a free kick against you. Imagine if that was a rule now. Wasting time. All the slow possession stuff. The players did that back then. Free kick, and that's what happened. There was Mike Fitzpatrick, who I'm pretty sure at one point was one of the big AFL executive people there. He was the bloke who got pinged in the game, and that changed the whole momentum. And Neil Danaher, he'd never played forward in his life, went for, kicked 2 goals. The week after, he did his knee, and like he did.
Jeez, this is a rather sad story.
Yeah, no, against South Melbourne. If you're asking why I know this, I've read about this in a book about 1,000 times, so that's why I kind of know this. And the stat that I'm about to bring up and say, you're going to be like, why do you remember these exact numbers?
Well, come on, then. Come on. So, I want to be able to say.
And so the year was 1990, right? So fast forward about 10 years, Neil Danaher had really played any footy, and they had the 3. The 4 Danahers were on Essendon's list: Anthony Danaher, Chris Danaher, Terry Danaher, and Neil Danaher. Now,
where's Joe? I know, I'm joking.
Yeah, I was going to roast you so hard for saying that. But now I believe that there were a bunch of Collingwood brothers. There were 4 of them. The Tweemy brothers, back in the 50s that had played. Neil Danaher, before on the eve of the 1990 finals, because the Bombers had pretty much sealed their finals, they were scheduled to play St Kilda down in Moorabbin round 20, round 21, towards the end of the season. And he got to play, right, with his brothers, which was the first and only time he was ever going to do that. Now, he got dropped the following week, but you could almost make it, obviously I wasn't live back then to say that maybe you couldn't have dropped him after this, but he had 22 touches, kicked 3 goals, 4. In a nice win.
What did he mean?
But I just think that it's amazing that, and it probably goes to show the type of person Kevin Sheedy is, and the parents were there as well, I'm pretty sure as well. They got to see, their 4 boys play in the same team, with what Neil Danaher had gone through. By that point, he'd done about 3 knee recos.
Well, nice.
And he missed out.
That man needed any more hardship in his life.
And, he missed out on the 84 and 85 flags. So for him to be, to play a game, one game with his brothers is quite special. And then we know what happened afterwards. He probably ranks top 3 in Melbourne's all-time coaching as well. Because after Norman Smith, he was the second coach to actually get them to a grand final. And, he actually kept it, I want to say stable, competitive to his final year. And obviously with his unfortunate battle with MND. And I just, I'm glad that Melbourne were able to win it for him. I'm just hoping before he passes that the Bombers can win one for him. I really do, because I think it'd make it a lot more. I reckon it'd be called the Neil. If that ever happened, they called the Neil Danaher Cup.
Well, the Premiership Cup.
Well, if the Bombers I'd say do it for Neil. And I said it through the entire Melbourne series when I was, or the Danaher Barassi Cup, because both of them, have had a big impact on maybe not as much as Barassi, but both of them have had a big impact on Melbourne, and I think it was only it was great to see him see Melbourne win a flag, and as I said, hopefully the Bombers can do one for him, win one
So-
for him.
What was the useless stat? It was the fact that all four of the Danaher's played together and he kicked. He got 20
No.
touches, kicked
Yeah,
3 goals.
all four of the Danaher brothers played in one game, which I don't think there's been a thing where all four brothers have played on the same team and played in the one game. I believe the Toomey brothers, they might have, but I'm not entirely sure. I didn't do enough looking into that, but I'm sure that there were at least 3 or 4 Toomey brothers. Toomey, whatever you can say. The W might be silent. I'm not too sure, but I will have to look that up a bit more seriously there. But yeah, so that is my. I mean, look, it did start out sad, as you said, but it turned into. I'd like to think a happy one. As I said, he got to see the D's win the flag. It would have. Imagine, right, if Neil Danaher was the one presenting, or Barassi who presented Melbourne with the cup. Imagine the roar. The roar would have been louder than when Beveridge gave Murphy the medal.
Imagine if they did it at the G.
If did it at the G, the stadium wouldn't be standing right now. Oh, I'm dead serious. I don't think it'd be standing. Oh, it'd go nuts. But look, it is what it is. So, and by the way, you all better buy your Fight MND beanies this year. I'll be buying mine. Although I don't know much about what the actual thing is, I've just,
Your shout, Lachie?
It depends on, what, after recording, we'll have a talk about this because I feel like it is something that I could do, but I need something in return. So we will negotiate.
I'll get you a bottle of Fireball.
No, fuck you. That's like not that's not happening, right? That is.
I'll get someone to clean your drawer for you.
Now we don't need to refer about that. We don't need to say anything that happened. Look, bottom line is I vomited in my drawer, right? That's the sad thing, right? When I did that. So, look.
Well, that's a way to end the podcast episode, isn't it?
That's the end of this useless stat.
How about we just edit that part out? Okay, we'll just edit that part out. Like he said, this is the end of useless stat now.
Hey, look, this is okay, guys. Thank you for listening to my useless stats. I hope you enjoy listening to these just as much as I like getting them for you, because I really do enjoy getting these stats out for you. As much as you guys might not like it, or girls might not like it, I love it. Video people, that's going to end it for us today on this episode. We've had some wonderful conversations. In the next couple of weeks, we are going to have on the next week or so, I should say, we will dedicate one episode purely on our ladder predictions and picking a Supercoach team. I know we're all looking forward to that. I can see Liam in the background. He's like, yay! Yeah, good thumbs up, mate. Oh, wait, what? Can you just say what you did there? Can you just reenact the, what was it? You put your finger across your throat. I don't know what that means. Can you just explain that?
Excitement. Super duper excited.
Oh, geez. All right. Well, in that case, then.
So excited I could die.
Oh, man, I'm a bit sad, yeah. Anyway, we'd like to thank you all for listening to our episode. Please tell your friends, tell everybody about it. We want to grow as fast as we possibly can because we want to get some merch happening. That's right. We're going to have our own nicknames.
What?
Yeah, you heard me right.
We'll
talk about this off record, but
will we?
Yes, I'll fucking make sure. And you forget about it. That's a bit aggressive. I'm sorry. He is not.
Jeez, okay.
Okay, I'm just going to save my aggression until the end. No, that sounds worse. No, don't. Want to see you late. I'll see you next. I'll see you. You know what?
See you when we see you.
Yeah, see you when we see you. Please listen to us and listen to the whole episode too, because
please listen. Please.
We want to grow. We want to grow as fast as we possibly can. I'm hoping that at least. I don't know about the other two, but I'm definitely putting in a lot of effort into what I do with this. So please do. Anyway, thank you.